Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. My name is Katrina Davis Kendrick. I am assistant professor and assistant librarian at the University of South Carolina, Lancaster, and today I'll be talking with you about some tools I use in academic library practice as part of my daily work. I'm going to go over 8 tools with you. I use these tools for teaching and learning. I use some for collaboration, organization, and to work on scholarship or share scholarship. And I also use a few of these to create outreach and marketing plans or products. So today I'll be showing you 8 items: Prezi, screencastomatic, Evernote, Dropbox, Google Drive, PicMonkey, AnyMeeting, and JoinMe. Perhaps you've heard of some of these. If you have, that's great, and I hope you're going to learn some things that are new. And if you haven't, I hope that you'll find these items useful. By the way, even though I'm showing you these items as a part of my job, I like to stress that they can be used as part of your academic work or your personal life. Some of these items I've even used personally with projects and things in my creative life outside of the library. So why these technologies? Well, there are 4 major reasons for me why I use these items and why I'm sharing them with you. First of all, ease of use. These items are easy to use. They don't require a lot more computer literacy than than what is required, say, to be on this online class that you're in. So if you know how to use your mouse, if you know how to attach items to an email, if you know how to look up photos and attach them, or download or upload items or files, you can use any of these technologies. Also, high quality results. So even though we know that budgets and budgetary issues are always at the forefront of librarians' minds, we still want to be able to do our work and get high quality results. So that's another reason why I use these items. Most of them are free, which is down at the bottom, but they render these high quality results. And they are also social media friendly. So even though I'm working in one technology, I can easily click a button and send it to Twitter or Facebook, or in some cases Flickr. So these are the major reasons why I'm sharing these technologies with you. Ease of use, high quality results, it's free, and social media friendly, which is important today. So without further ado, I'm going to get started. This is going to be a very informal run through. So I'm going to go ahead and start at the internet. And the first thing I'm going to talk to you today, the first 2 items I'll discuss are items that were used to make this presentation, and they are Prezi and screencastomatic. And I am in Prezi right now at Prezi.com. And like its name suggests, Prezi is a presentation software. I use it instead of PowerPoint because it allows me to create presentations in a non-linear fashion, and the tools that they offer a greater range of creativity and flexibility. If you saw my previous presentations about using Facebook, you noticed that there was a different design there. There were some YouTube. There was a YouTube file in there. There were drawings in there. Things were grouped together in such a way. All that is a part of what Prezi offers as offers as part of its tool. So it accepts photos, it accepts YouTube videos, it accepts some music files too. You can also save your presentation as slides, and best of all, if you already have PowerPoint presentations, like I have older PowerPoint presentations that I used before I knew about Prezi, and so I've just imported those presentations into Prezi. I've imported those PowerPoint files into Prezi, and it will turn your PowerPoint into a Prezi. So one of the things you probably already noticed is that Prezi zooms in and zooms out. I like that feature because I find that it keeps people engaged a little bit better than looking at slides that kind of just sit there. And some people like that too, but I just enjoy that zooming function. I think it really grabs viewers' attention. So when I use Prezi, I'm using it anytime I have a presentation, anytime I have a public speaking engagement. So that includes workshops at the library, orientations for new student workers or new staff that work here in the library. And of course, I create presentations for my professional conferences. So wherever I go and I've been accepted or invited to present research, I create a Prezi to present that research. You should know that Prezi is also available in Japanese, Korean, and Spanish languages. And another way you can use Prezi, I'm going to scroll up, I'm already logged into my account, is you can use it as a host. So it hosts your Prezis too. So here I have a library of all of the presentations that I've created before. I have 67 Prezis. I'm quite active. But I also use this explore function as a scholarship tool or to find out what other people are talking about. So I'm interested in Korea transit. I recently visited there and I want to know, they have a really great transit system. So now I want to know who's been talking about transit. Well, with the word Seoul Transit, at very minimum, I have 299 results. If I want to look at ethics and librarianship, I can see who's talking about that. So we have some items here about librarians. So whatever you want to find out, and you can scroll down, there are at least 9 pages here. And we have 107 results. So you can also use Prezi as a scholarship discovery portal to see what other librarians are presenting on or discussing. And in some cases, it looks like some students are discussing as well. So that's what I really, really like about Prezi. It's a presentation software. It's free. It's very dynamic. It's great for people who are creative, and it's also useful as for that scholarship discovery. The next thing I'm going to show you is screencastomatic, and to record this lecture, I am using screencastomatic. Screencastomatic is an online screen capture and recording web application. I use it to teach, record websites or other technology issues and concerns and send those to IT, and to create tutorials. Oftentimes, I also use it as an on-the-fly supplemental reference or chat aid. So for instance, when I'm showing a student or a faculty member how to access databases or how to perform a certain type of search, I'll record what I'm doing using Screencast-O-Matic, and when that video records and produces that unique link to that recording, I'll send that link, i.e. that video, to the student or the patron, and they can use it and view it and review it on their own. So it's really, really helpful as a supplementary learning tool on the fly that way. Earlier I mentioned, to be more specific, when I have a problem with something or something's not working correctly, say on a website or a link is not working, I've recorded what was going on and I sent that recording, for instance, to an IT person. So if something's going wrong, they can see what I see, and then they'll know, hopefully, what the problem is and can fix it that much more quickly. So Screencast-O-Matic is free, and it offers a pro version as well. So this is what you get with the free, and as you can see, for a very reasonable price per year, this is everything you get with the pro, and this account is pro. In addition to being able to create videos, if you go to uploads, you'll also notice that this is a hosting site, so it hosts any videos that you've already created. So if I go here, another thing it does show is you can save items to certain channels. You can erase items, you can edit things. So it's very, very useful. And I've created several tutorials using this software. And another thing is, while you're recording, if you fumble and record, you don't have to start all the way over. There's other software out there, but usually if you stumble over a recording or don't like the way it sounds, you have to start completely over. And with Screencast-O-Matic, you don't have to do that. It also plays very well with other social media, especially Facebook and Twitter. And so to find out more about how to use Screencast-O-Matic, just go to screencastomatic.com. The next few items are about organizing and storing things, and we're going to start with Evernote. Evernote is an online storage space you use for items you can see on the internet, and I use it to save articles and websites, but you can also use it to save photos, audio files, and more. If you want to make sure you remember where you parked, take a picture of the F5, and it will scan that, and you can type in F5 and it'll bring that photo up. So or parking, and it'll bring that photo up. Evernote is searchable, and you can tag items so you can find them later. It works with Twitter, Facebook, Flickr, and you can always add things on the fly by downloading a web clipper extension, which mine is right here. You just go to the Chrome store. I used Chrome for my browser, and I found this web clipper. And basically how it works is, let's say I see something I like on the internet, so I'm going to go to CNN.com, and let's say I want to keep the story, the portrait of the grieving town, about the Newtown incident that happened over the weekend. If I want to save that, I just click this here, sign into my account, and save that article. And it's going to save that item. I can add tags to it if I want to, and it'll just be there. A great thing about Evernote and using this is, even if this story goes away, if this link goes away, if I can't find that link anymore, it will keep it in Evernote as I found it that day. So it doesn't matter whether the link on the internet goes away, the story stays in internet, or in Evernote, or wherever you put in Evernote stays in Evernote, and it looks like it did the day that you found it, and it keeps that link where you found it, even though the link may not exist anymore. So that's really, really helpful for scholarship, because the internet does change, but you still want that information, or to create a timeline of a story. For instance, one day this story might be a part of a study, of a larger study, but you'll have that item. So if you want to keep a documented record of violence in American public schools, you have this article as part of that timeline if you wanted it. Next up is Dropbox. Dropbox is an in-the-cloud storage tool that allows you to access files from anywhere as long as you have internet access. So after you create a free account, which gives you up to 2 gigabytes, and then you can get even more as you get referrals from friends. Once you create that account and download and install the Dropbox software right here, you'll be able to save your files, and that includes music, documents, photos, videos, and more, to your account. It's almost like having your very own portable computer drive, like having a C drive, but without having to carry your computer around or a flash drive around. You can leave your flash drive home. Dropbox is compatible with PC, Macs, and Linux operating systems, and has apps for iPhone and Android products. So you can get that account at Dropbox.com. So keep in mind that they have the free accounts. Here's more information about the accounts. And then when you log in, you'll be able to upload and download items as you see fit. And you can get those items anywhere and share links to items with whomever you like. The next thing I'm going to show you is Google Drive, and what you're looking at is my Google Drive. And you know, Google is so popular that it's a verb. With the advent of Google Drive, it also means personal storage and organization. Google Drive is both a suite of document creation tools and an online storage space. So I have these tools here. I can create documents, presentations, spreadsheets, forms, drawings, folders, so on and so forth. So you have the suite of tools here. The Google Drive is helpful because whatever you create ends up here. So it just is a list of files. You can organize them in folders, and you can search for information. So for instance, right now, if I just wanted to see everything I talked about with ethics, I'm going to search that, and it'll bring up everything. So if you remember something but you don't want to look for it, just type in a keyword, and it'll read all your files and bring those relevant items back to you. If you don't like looking at lists, you can change your view. So it's really, really compatible with the different ways people choose to look at information. You notice that there isn't a save button anywhere, and that's because as you write a document or create a document, it saves it automatically. Another thing about Google Drive is that you can collaborate with people. So if they have, you can invite them to documents, and then they can work on those documents with you. So you can collaborate in real time, and those changes will be saved in real time. It's very, very useful for collaboration when you can't get with the people that you need to work with physically. You can't see them on a physical level, but you still need to work with them. It's been very, very useful. If you have a Google account, you already have access to these tools. The next tool I use for outreach and marketing purposes, it has a fun name. It's called PicMonkey, and it is a photo manipulation software. So you can use different filters on your own photos, save them and place them in newsletters, flyers, emails, tweets, Facebook posts, and more. I recently used PicMonkey's collage feature to celebrate the rare date of December 12th, 2012, which was 12/12/12. Just really quickly, it's so easy. I don't even have an account. I'm going to click and open a photo. I'm going to see if I can find a picture. Let's see if it's, and there's the picture. And let's say I wanted to crop this, I could do that. Or if I wanted to come over to this chemist's beak, and I can change how this photo looks, and then I can save it to my drive and input it anywhere I like. So it's very, very useful. Some items like this one, you see this crown here, if I apply it, some things, if you apply them, I think I'm under the free trial now, but if you're not under the free trial, it will ask you to join a free trial and you can use them. So, but generally, there's no account needed. You can use them at your leisure. The next two items I'm going to show you are the final two items. Really are focused solely on communication and collaboration, and that is they are JoinMe and AnyMeeting. The first one is JoinMe, is join.me, and it's a screen sharing software that combines chat functions and phone conferencing. So after downloading the software, users are able to share their computer screen with others. And when you're sharing your screen, you're actually in what's called a conference. So another item that they offer you is a unique conference number and a conference phone number. So you have a session number, so you can invite people here. They would put that number in, and then they can see what you're seeing or what you're showing them. And then if you decided that the chat function wasn't working for you, you would have a unique phone number that everyone in that conference could call, and you could engage in a conference call. This is a free service, even though the conference call may incur long distance charges, but you don't have to have an account. It's on the fly, and that's how you use JoinMe. Another item that is similar is AnyMeeting. AnyMeeting is similar to Join.me, but it has some expanded features, including webcam capabilities. So if you create an AnyMeeting conference and you have a web camera on your phone, and your colleagues have a web camera on their, a web camera on their computer, and your colleagues have webcams as well, you all can use webcams and see each other and talk in a face-to-face web conference. You can also use chat. There's also a chat feature there, and there's also a phone number that you can use too. So AnyMeeting is free for up to 200 attendees, but it does have ads. But if you want ad-free, as you can see, the number of attendees go down, but you don't have ads. So I've had no problems with the ads. I've always used the free service. I've never really even noticed that there were ads there. Another item too is that now you can share videos, particularly YouTube videos. YouTube is a great tool to learn from. Our colleagues are often on YouTube with their own presentations. So you can really use this not only as a collaboration tool for scholarship, but if you needed to promote or host some sort of webinar or professional development event. So there you have it. 8 tools I use often in my work as an academic librarian who is focused on librarianship, scholarship, and outreach to my community. If you have questions about these tools or would like to know or learn more about how I use and manage them, please contact your professor with your questions, or you can contact me directly at Kaetrena, Kaetrena, at mailbox.sc.edu. I look forward to your questions and comments, and thanks for listening.